Hello everyone, this is I equals e to the I pi, and this is a video commentary of game number 2 for the semifinal match between Nitro and Gopher Muffins for the August 2011 Hero Attack Tournament. So as a spoiler, Gopher Muffins won the last game, so they're up 1-0 in a best-of-5 series against Team Nitro, and since Nitro lost the last game, they get to pick the map for this game. And last game was actually fairly one-sided, but hopefully Team Nitro will play better because one-sided games aren't that exciting to commentate or watch. Maybe the Thor hero could actually buy an item this game, because that could be one area where they could definitely improve. Actually, one thing I liked a lot about the last game was that when Gopher Muffins actually had a chance to end the game, they ended the game. Unlike in the other semifinal series, where the games were just dragged on much longer than they should have been. So it appears that Team Nitro has chosen the snow map to play for their second game, which is an interesting choice. So I said this in the other semifinal commentary, but a really important feature of the snow map is this large ridge in the middle, and the ridge just makes it so that units are funneled to the north and the south. And it also makes airplay fairly strong on this map, but it appears that none of the teams have chosen to get any air units. The special terrain feature of this map is called ice, and there are two ponds of ice, as you can see here and here. And what ice does is it's slippery, and when ground units move over ice, they're unable to turn or slow down. So that's just something to keep in mind when playing on this map. There are various critter spawn locations, such as here, 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 and here, and there are also two Zelnaga watchtowers here and here. So, starting the game, we see that Team Nitro has chosen to go Terran again. They've chosen the Ghost hero, the Thor hero, the Firebat hero, and the Reaper. So they've gone the same heroes as last game, except they've swapped the swapped the Marine hero for the Reaper. And I'm not quite sure I agree with this. Because the Reaper can't really abuse its mobility that much in this map as opposed to the other map. It would be smarter to have the Reaper on the forest map and the Marine hero on this map, but that's okay. So for Team Gopher Muffins, we have the Lurker hero, the Hydralisk hero, the Defiler hero, and the Drone hero. So this is the same as last game, except they swapped the Mulisk hero for the Hydra hero. And I don't really agree with that either, simply because airplay is a lot stronger in this map, so Mulisk hero might have been a better choice. And we see that Team Gopher Muffins has decided to send the Drone hero top while sending 3 heroes bottom. And I think this might be their strategy. Like they did this last game, where they sent the Drone hero to solo mid on the forest map, and I guess they do it to make the Drone hero level very quickly. At the expense of the experience of other heroes. So their strategy might revolve a lot around getting one very, very highly leveled drone hero, but I'm not quite sure I agree with that. As we saw in last game, it's not that effective because often, if you're 1v2ing a lane, you often not gain full experience of that lane, and it appears that Team Nitro has opted to send their Firebat bottom from top. So I guess the idea is they want to match the number of heroes as Team Gopher Muffins, but I don't really agree with that. Like primarily they're letting Gopher Muffins set the entire tempo of this game. Like Gopher Muffins says, we're gonna send three bottom, and then Nitro's like, okay, I guess we have to do it, as opposed to just playing their own game. So, and the second reason is if they sent two heroes to top, then they'd have a much easier time, picking off the drone hero or forcing the drone hero in a position where it doesn't gain full experience. So yeah, I don't really agree with that. I guess if they're going to send a hero top to solo against the Spine Girl hero, the Reaper hero is a decent decision since it has good mobility, but I would have just preferred, Nitro to not react in that manner. So most of the heroes are approaching level 1. We see that the Ghost hero is choosing Snipe to deal extra damage. The Thor hero is choosing Regeneration when it doesn't need it at all since it's at full health. I'd much rather see Strike Cannons, perhaps. The Lurker hero hasn't chosen ability yet. Defiler hero isn't level 0. And the high-dose Kuro has chosen Poison Spine, but it probably needs to go back soon because it's very low on life. At top, we see that the drone hero is already level 2, nearly level 3, and it has Drone Swarm and the Spine Crawler ability. While the Reaper hero has chosen to get the Gas Mask and Berserk. I'm not quite sure I agree with Berserk at this point in the game. Getting the D8 charge would be better since it, well, it's AoE, and when you get Zerg, like they respond to Zergling, and Zerglings are very vulnerable to area of effect damage. So, and Berserk is much better late game when your hero does a lot more damage. But I guess that's their decision. I don't really agree with that. And it appears that the Ghost Hero is going back. I'm not quite sure why, since it was at full energy and health, and it probably has a drop pod item that it could use, but whatever. Maybe the Ghost Hero is going top to help the Reapers, so not quite sure what they're doing. We see that the Spinecrawler hero now has complete monopoly on the experience at top, so that puts Team Gopher Muffins in a fairly decent position. We see that the Hydralisk hero might have gone back to go heal and possibly get some items. Looking at the leaderboard, we can see that there's been a death on each team. I believe I missed those, so sorry about that. We see that the Defiler hero has purchased a Creep Tumor, and that's always useful, especially when you have people in lane, since it helps your regeneration and your movement speed. We see some fighting going on at bottom, and we see Thor hero trying to run out of Dark Swarm. At top, we see that the Ghost hero is struggling to lane against the Spinecrawler hero. And see, this is what I mean about only sending one hero top. Like, the Ghost hero is completely out of range of all these Zerglings in terms of experience, and it's struggling to manage to compete against the Spinecrawler. If Nitro sent two heroes top, they would have had a much easier time gaining all the experience from this lane, as well as pushing off the Spinecrawler and denying the Spinecrawler experience. But that's their choice. And actually, we see that the Ghost hero was poking the drone hero with invisibility, but it appears the drone hero has gone back, and it's very possible that the drone hero will purchase probably an Overseer or two to deal with the cloaking of the Ghost hero. The Ghost hero is also going back to buy items. At bottom, not that much is happening right now. We just see all of the heroes just trying to deal damage to enemies while avoiding damage themselves. We saw that the Reaper hero nearly died, but gets away. That Reaper hero really should go back to go heal, or maybe they should consider sending the Reaper hero top to help the Ghost hero compete with the drone hero. We see that the drone hero purchased a Nidus Canal, which is quite nice. It allows the drone hero to quickly reinforce, or the whole team to quickly reinforce the top. So I like that decision. And at bottom we see that the Gopher Muffins team is slowly gaining more and more map control, and they have some Overseers to deal with any detection. Any cloaked units such as the Ghost hero, but the Ghost hero is top. But and it's definitely having trouble dealing with the Spinecrawler. Going to the units tab to look at items, we see that the Ghost hero has chosen weapons as an item. The Reaper hero has chosen regeneration. The Thor hero still only has a drop pod and should probably go back for items, but yeah, probably won't, just like last game. I don't know why. And as for the Zerg team, they don't have too many items because I think they've been spending it a lot on consumables, such as Nidus Canals, Creep Tumors, and Overseers. Sorry about that. So yeah, we see that the Spinecrawler hero moved out of position and is taking quite a lot of damage from the Marauders. And for some reason, the Ghost hero lets the Spinecrawler hero get away, which that would have been an easy kill, but whatever. Drone hero gets away. manages to go back and heal. We see that Gopher Muffins, for the most part, has a fairly decent position. They're starting to push top. We see a Hydra's Kara walking through critters for some reason. If we look at Gopher Muffins' base, we see that they have 2 Nidus canals in their base. Not quite sure why. I don't think they realize that you can use the Zerg Beacon as a Nidus canal. That's really the only explanation I can think of. Almost just a mistake, but I don't think so. So we have the Thor hero soloing the bottom lane, and he might get picked off. Oh, actually, we have the Reaper hero there as well. So, but either way, he could get picked off if the Lurker's nearby. But I actually don't know where the Lurker went. At mid or top, we see that the drone hero is reached level 7 and is starting to push, just like last game, with some Broodlords. So that could be quite powerful if Nitro didn't learn from last game on how to deal with this strategy. We say that the Firebat is going to try to solo the Spinecrawler hero, which is not a good decision. What they really need to do is they need to 2v1 the drone hero, because the drone hero, when it's in Spinecrawler form, it doesn't have very good mobility. So it's fairly easy to beat it 2v1, but and especially when it's leveled so high, you're not gonna beat it with a Firebat 1v1 when it's a much higher level than you. So yeah, they should probably get slightly better coordination. I mean, if the Ghost hero comes down, actually I don't think the Spinecrawler has an Overseer anywhere. So if the Ghost hero comes down, it could potentially get a kill and prevent the Spinecrawler from pushing. And I think the Spinecrawler might be being a bit too aggressive. Looking at bottom, we see that Gopher Muffins is still, just throwing Dark Swarms. I really feel they could be a lot more aggressive here, but I guess they don't want to risk it. We see that Gopher Muffins finally put a Nidus canal down here, but like, the only explanation I can think of why they have 2 in their base is that they don't realize you can use the beacon as a Nidus canal. So yeah, we have the Ghost hero wandering through the trees. Maybe it's going to try to kill the Spinecrawler, which it could have tried to kill a bit earlier. Or maybe the Firebat and the Ghost hero might 2v1 it. I'm not sure if the Firebat's going to help or not, but that's okay. Oh, okay, the Firebat's going in. They might be able to gank the drone hero, but it seems they back off, so they could have probably got the kill if they had better teamwork, but it seems like that's not going to be the case. Teams are still competing for control of the bottom lane, and it seems like we still have a 3v3 in the bottom, or rather a 2v3. That Spinecrawler is nearly dead and should die. Yeah, it finally died to the Firebat hero and the Ghost. It could have probably died a bit sooner if they just coordinated a decent attack. We have some Broodlords trying to run away so they don't die. It's always good to save your Broodlords as a drone hero, since they can help immensely if you try to siege an enemy team's base. We have the Thor hero not tanking damage for Reaper, which is a bit weird. Not using energy at all, and probably has 0 items still. Yeah, 0 items, even though it's 11 minutes in the game. I would really like to see the Thor hero go buy items, but that might be a bit too much to ask. We see that, just looking at some of the items, we see that the drone hero has quite a few items, so must have received a lot of minerals from that attack. At bottom, I guess the Reaper died. I believe I missed that. The Thor hero will probably die as well if the Lurker hero can manage to pick it off, but it's always very difficult to try to kill a Thor hero. Surprisingly, the Thor hero did not choose to get Immortality Protocol at level 7, and what that would do is allow the Thor hero to respawn after it dies. And it's about to die, so if it just chose to get Immortality Protocol, it would have probably lived. But actually, I think the Thor hero surprisingly lives, but it should definitely go back to get some items.